everybody, welcome to Speak with Votomi. Thank you so much for joining me. So I am finally doing the cooking video that I've been promising, because I did say that food will be involved because food is life. If it is your first time here, you are absolutely welcome. And to everybody who hasn't done this yet, please do subscribe and share this video with someone who wants to make a delicious meal. One of the things that I love about South Africa is the type of food that we have. And so today I'm going to do one of my family's favorite dishes, especially now during quarantine times. I hope you enjoy this video. Speak Votomi, let's go. Okay, so I'm going to start by showing you exactly what it is that I need to make this. So I have tomato. It was we grated it and froze it, so it's just easier to cook with. You don't have to do it by the time that you're cooking. It's actually quite faster. Best thing ever. And then your chicken feet, I use 2 packets. They are sold at Pick and Pay. They are clean, but they are just bits and pieces that you might still have to clean, so do make sure that you re-clean it. And then we need some onion. I used 2, and this is actually for the cabbage that I'm going to teach you to make after this. So yeah, that's all you need. And also you can use some chili. We're using habanero chili because we really love chili in our family. If you do not like chili, you can leave it out. Okay, and then gonna use a little bit of olive oil. And what I love is you don't need a lot of spices for this. You literally just need chicken spice, paprika, and mild rajah. So yeah. Okay, so we can start. I'm gonna start by putting some olive oil in. Don't worry if you can't see my face. As long as you see what I'm doing, then you're good. So I'm gonna start putting some olive oil in. About 1 tablespoon is honestly more than enough. Okay, then I'm gonna add in my onion. Okay, you can add in your chili as well. Same, it was chopped and frozen. So I've defrosted it a little bit. As you can see, I'm able to squeeze it. So this looks like a lot. Okay, I'm gonna add half of this in. Okay, I'm gonna start adding in the chicken feet. Okay, now I am going to add some chicken spice. Okay, you can add in about 2 tablespoons depending on how much you're making. But what I like about cooking is you don't have to be as precise as you do with baking. So I'm just going to put enough to cover the chicken feet. And it sounds like a lot, but it really isn't, because we're not going to use too many spices anyway. And actually, if you want, you can make this recipe just using chicken spice. It still tastes good, but I do like a bit of paprika for some heat, for extra heat. And the rajah, I like the taste that it has with the tomatoes. So you're gonna add in about 1 teaspoon or less of paprika. Okay, so I'm gonna pop the lid on that for about 5 minutes. I'm going to prepare the stock that I'm gonna put in here that's gonna cook in. To prepare the stock, I am going to, I've used 2 chicken, 1 beef stock, and I'm gonna dissolve it in a cup of boiling hot water. Back to my pot. Just make sure it's not starting to stick at the bottom like mine is. But if it does, it's not chain smash. And now I am going to add in the tomato. Okay. How many tomatoes is this? I normally use about 6, but like I said, with cooking you don't have to be as precise as you would be with baking. So I think about 6 to 8 tomatoes, depending on the size, would be good. So you can grate it. I crushed it using a blender and it works pretty well. It's still a bit frozen now, So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stir the rest of the stock, and then that's also going to help the tomato defrost. So I'm going to take the lid, I'm going to pop it on for about 10 minutes, and now I'm going to teach you a really delicious and spicy way to make cabbage. So cabbage is normally like that bland vegetable that nobody really wants to eat. But my mom taught me a really nice way and delicious way to make it, and it tastes really, really good. So I've got my hot pot here. They say pots don't matter, but I feel like that's untrue, because yeah, this one, I feel like there's just that traditional flavor that comes from this pot. I'm not even joking. Okay, so olive oil again. So here we're gonna put in a bit more olive oil than we did the first time around, but still not too much, enough for the onion to brown in, but also enough to cook the cabbage. So I think about, let's say, 3 tablespoons. Okay, that seems about enough. And I'm going to add in my onion. That is about what? That's half an onion. It was really big, so a large onion, half of it, or you can use a medium one, the full one. So normally for this I use mild spice, the mild rajah spice, the hot rajah spice, and the paprika, but we've run out of the hot rajah spice and I couldn't find it at the shops, so literally I'm just going to use these 2. I made it using this last week and it tasted pretty good. So I'm going to turn the heat down to 4 out of 6, so that's about a medium heat, and I'm going to do 2 teaspoons of the mild rajah. That's 1. And that's 2. Then I'm going to do 1 teaspoon of the paprika. And once that's all mixed in, then I'm ready to add the cabbage. I'm going to turn down the heat now again, so I'm going to put it halfway, and I'm literally just going to add in 2 tablespoons of boiling water, and I'm going to cover the lid. So I am now going to check back at my pot here. So I'm going to add another full cup, full, and add it to this. Then I'm going to stir. And because you put the stocks in, you don't have to put any salt or anything like that. So literally this is going to cook on the high heat for about 30 to 40 minutes until the chicken feet are a bit soft and you can see them start to peel, and the gravy will literally thicken itself, so that will be nice. And we're done with this. Okay, I'm going to get back to my cabbage. It's a nice brown color and everything is mixed through, so I'm just going to close the lid again for about 3 to 5 minutes, and then you're going to add some salt, and that's pretty much it. So now I'm going to add a teaspoon. I know it sounds like a lot, but it really isn't. I'm going to add a teaspoon of salt. Okay, so the cabbage is done. It looks really good, tastes really good. So make sure you taste the salt. Sometimes there might not be enough salt, depending on how much you're making, but taste the salt. So I used half a cabbage, and I told you that I chopped it up, put it in. It was pretty quick, actually. So now I'm just gonna put it in this dish. And there you have it. There's your cabbage, and it tastes pretty good. So yeah. So if you remember, I hadn't used the rajah yet in this. I wanted all the tomato to dissolve, and which it has now. And so I'm going to add about 1.5 teaspoons of this in here. Okay, so that still needs to cook for about 20 minutes. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna suggest some of the things that you can serve it with. So our go-to is pap. So we'll have the pap, and we'll have some chakalaka as well on the side. But you can definitely serve it with sam. I haven't tried it with rice, I wouldn't want to, but if that's what you want, you can definitely do that. So we enjoy this with pap, and it tastes pretty good. It's quick, it's easy, it's not too expensive, and it tastes really good. I'm gonna leave this to cook for the rest of the 20 minutes. I'm gonna clean up my mess, and then I will show you what it looks like in the end. Okay, so I am back, and it's been the last 20 minutes. So I'm gonna open up. It smells really good, and it looks good too. As soon as it starts to peel like that, you know that they're ready. And we're done. Oh, it smells really good, and I cannot wait to have some. I'm gonna serve it, like I said, with the cabbage, a bit of chakalaka, and some pap. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope you enjoyed learning how to make that. Please do send your pictures if you do decide to make it, and tag me on Instagram, because I'd really love to see what it looks like. It is not a difficult recipe to make, so I encourage some of the men in our world to bless the family. Do not underestimate the power of food, because food has helped me say sorry to people. It has helped people gain my forgiveness. Not that you have to work for it, but literally someone was like, I'm sorry, and they brought me a plate of food, and I was like, you're being sincere. So yeah, don't underestimate the power of food. That's all I'm gonna say for today. Till next time, stay blessed.